everybody. We are Informed and Confused. I'm Alan.
And I'm Bobby.
And we're back with more RWBY. Today we are doing the World of Remnant on Kingdoms and Volume 2, Chapter 8. Which I believe... What's the title of this one? This one's name escapes me. But,
I'll have it in a sec.
yeah. But so last time we finished on the dance and the villains doing some sneaky stuff.
More sneaky stuff.
They continue to do sneaky stuff, as villains are wont to do.
Ended on another cliffhanger.
Yeah.
People dancing and
John and Pyrrha danced. It was amazing.
I guess, but I mean, it was definitely. I would expect the moment he showed up in the
Field
dance,
trip.
Everybody danced together in the end of that.
Yeah, but
Episode 8 is Field Trip.
Field trip. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, first we've got another World of Remnant video. We did the one on Dust. Now this one's on the Kingdoms.
Oh, so we're jumping into a Remnant video, not the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remnant video.
So this Remnant is called Field Trips.
It's
No,
called
the
Kingdom.
Remnant video is called Kingdoms.
Okay.
Yeah. The next episode is called Field Trip.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
The world of Remnant is a dangerous place, particularly for man. In the countless years that humanity has roamed the planet, civilizations have grown and fallen, but four
I'm just
have
gonna pause
withstood
real
the
quick.
test of...
Okay.
Which I know that's probably going to create an editing nightmare for you, but
Not a huge one.
anyways, I just want to let you take a look because we looked at the map earlier. It was the early, crude, very first episode map.
Mm-hmm.
This is the official Kingdom
the official
map.
definitive.
It looks very much the
Map.
same. They've just defined the islands a little better.
Except
Yeah,
for
and
one
there's-
notable disappearance.
The Bunny Island. Top
Bunny
right.
Island
Yeah.
is not up there anymore. Sad to say.
Oh yeah. Like
Bunny
this seems a little
Island
bit more manageable as a world as a whole, especially
Yeah.
for the lore that they have.
You know, and we said Vale is there in the middle.
Oh yeah. I mean, are they going to cover that in the video as well?
Oh yeah, they're about to cover that in the middle.
Okay.
So yeah, but I just wanted to let you take a minute, take a look at the map.
time. Atlas, Mistral, Vacuo, Vale. These four kingdoms, with the help of natural barriers and human tenacity, have proven that they have the will to survive. Each kingdom has a governing council to represent the people and their needs. Next comes the military. While most kingdoms only call on its citizens to serve when needed, others find it important to be prepared. There are still those who choose to venture outside the walls of the kingdoms. Roaming nomads and small villages are not uncommon, yet neither is their tendency to disappear overnight. Lastly, the Huntsman Academies. These institutions' sole purpose is to train the next generation of huntsmen. The next generation of defenders that will live and die to protect the lifestyle that they've become so accustomed to. Yes, the world of Remnant is indeed a dangerous place, but the Four Kingdoms stand as beacons of hope, as safe havens from the darkness that surrounds them. They are the key to mankind's survival, as long as they stand united.
And that's it. Just a
Very
little
informative.
little Quick there. Yep. So we, oh God.
So long as you don't say anything, it's not spoiling anything.
Oh, it auto played. Why did it auto play? Yeah, we went to the next one. That's weird. Huh? I could have sworn I clicked to stop it. All right, I'm sorry. It was not supposed to happen. But
I'll just cut a couple seconds out.
yeah. All right. So yeah, we had that. That was quick little primer on the Four Kingdoms.
Very informative. The only reaction I really had was I didn't realize that there were roaming bands of nomads that go throughout the kingdoms. So
and other villages that pop up in between the kingdoms.
Yeah,
there are more people than are just in the 4 main.
Yeah.
Oh, which I assumed as
Kingdoms.
much. It's just nice to know that they identify that there is a group of nomadic people in there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, like they said, they have a tendency to pop up and disappear
Overnight. Yep.
overnight
Rather
I,
because
I assume that it has to do with the Grim and everything.
it's because they
it's
don't
a hostile area, like
they don't
Blake
have
said.
the massive defenses that the kingdoms do.
Yeah, obviously.
So
They don't.
takes
they
time
aren't-
to build up
They aren't.
those
They aren't
defenses.
trained schools worth of huntsmen and military. They're nomads.
So yeah, and then we kind of we got just a little snippet about their government, that they are run by governing councils.
Which was that's.
Which,
I assumed
yeah.
as much.
Yeah. So
All right, let's hit this next episode.
yeah. I think. Let's see if it'll. Is it gonna? Hold on. Audio issue. There we go. Is it not gonna? Oh, there it is.
There's a point where it tips, there's a point where it breaks, there's a point where it bends, and a point we just can't take anymore. There's a line up across and there's no return. There's a time and a place, no bridges left to burn anymore. We can't just wait with lives to take until they think we're ready. Our enemies are gathering, our storm is blowing down. Now it's time to say goodbye to the things we love and the things we got. All the time seems to fly. Break every heart, and it's all the damn things we always knew.
They were here. Ozpin, they were here!
We are very much aware of that. Thank you, James.
Fantastic, you're aware. Now, are we going to do something about it, or should we just stay the course and continue to ignore what's right in front of us?
Come in.
Sorry it took so long. Someone accidentally hit all the buttons on the elevator on the way up here. It wasn't me.
Thank you for coming, Ruby. How are you feeling?
Okay, I guess. I'd feel better if my bad guy catching record wasn't 0 for 3. Okay, so that's the tone we're going for. Got it.
Ruby, I feel it's appropriate to let you know that I think what you did last night is exactly what being a huntress is all about. You recognized a threat, you took action, and you did the very best you could.
Thank you, sir.
Now, the General here has already informed us of the events that transpired last night. But now that you've rested, we were wondering if you had anything to add.
Was anyone else with her? Did she look familiar to you at all?
I don't know. She was wearing a mask, and she never said anything to me. But I know she fought with glass. I don't think that was her semblance, though. Her clothing lit up whenever she attacked.
Save for the glass. That sounds like the woman I fought the night we met Ruby.
Embedding dust into clothing is an age-old technique. It could have been anyone.
Wait. You think this girl's connected to Torchwick and the White Fang?
It's possible. But we still lack the required evidence to link the two together.
Actually, I think I remember her saying something about a hideout or something in the southeast, just outside the kingdom.
Interesting.
I thought you said the intruder never...
Thank you for your cooperation, Ruby. Why don't you go and spend some time with your team? You have a big day ahead of you.
Anytime.
And Ms. Rose, please try and be discreet about this matter.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Well,
Well, there we have it. We send as many troops as we can to the southeast. Find out exactly what's going on and eradicate any forces that stand in our way.
Why must your answer to everything involve a triumphant display of military bravado? You treat every situation like it's a contest of measuring
Glinda,
Well, he does.
It's funny because your chair is shaped
she's
like
right.
a dick, dude.
As much as I too would love to end this situation once and for all, we must remember that this may go beyond Vale, beyond Beacon. And if this truly is part of some master plan for which we know not the final move, we mustn't be so bold, nor can we risk the spread of panic.
I have served you faithfully for years. But if you mean to tell me that your plan is to merely hold the defenses and wait...
It is not. You're a general, James. So tell me, when you prepare to go to war, which do you send in first? The flag bearer or the scouts?
that was a risky move.
No. I think you handled it well.
I hope so.
I'm sure everything will be all right, Ruby. Oh, I know what will cheer you up.
What's that?
I don't know yet. Dad sent it to us. I thought we could open it together.
He sent a dog?
In the mail?
Oh, he does stuff like this all the time.
Your father or your dog?
Are you telling me that this mangy, drooling mutt is going to live with us forever? Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, isn't he adorable?
Please keep it away from my belongings.
Would all first-year students please report to the amphitheater?
Well, we can't exactly leave him here while we're gone for a week.
Look, there's a letter.
Uncomfortable.
Dear girls, I've got to leave the island for a few days,
How does
so I'm
she
sending
handle
Zwei
other
to you to
faunas
take
to a
care of.
canine?
Enclosed is all the food you
same
should
way?
need. Love you both, Tai Yang.
I would imagine she would be fond of
What
them.
is he supposed to do with that?
Well, that settles it. Come on, girls. Zwei will be here when we get back.
Oh, I'll miss you so much. We're going to be best friends. I can't wait to see you again. You're such a...
I feel like this dog is very tropey. Oh, great. So the dog's in the back.
Quiet, quiet, please.
Yep. And then she's going to pop out, hop into somebody else's bag. There's going to be havoc.
Professor Ozpin would like to share a few words before we
and
begin.
everything will ensue.
Today we stand together, united. Mistral, Atlas, Vacuo, Vale. The four kingdoms of
I
Remnant.
like how Vacuo is so
On this
casual.
day, nearly
Definitely
80
good
years
thing.
ago, the largest war in recorded history came to an end. It was a war of ignorance, of greed, and of oppression. A war that was about much more than where borders fell or who traded with whom, but about the very idea of individualism itself. We fought for countless reasons, one of which being the destruction of all forms of art and self-expression. And as you are well aware, that was something many could not stand for. As a result, those who opposed this tyranny began naming their children after one of the core aspects of art itself, color. It was their way to demonstrate that not only would they refuse to tolerate this oppression, but neither would the generations to come. And it was a trend that is held to this very day. We encourage individuality, expressionism, and unity through diversity. As I have said, today we stand together, united. But this bond cannot exist without effort. Which is why today, while the rest of the world celebrates peace, huntsmen and huntresses will work to uphold it. As first-year students, you will be tasked with shadowing a professional huntsman or huntress on a mission. Some of you may be taken out of the kingdom for several days. Others may work within the walls for the rest of the week. But no matter which path you choose, remember to be safe, remember your training, and remember to do your very best.
This is perfect. All we have to do is shadow a huntsman working in the southeast.
Yeah, we'll follow them around by day and give them the slip at night.
Let's check search and destroy. we go. Quadrant 5 needs Grim cleared out.
Well, it's in the southeast.
Sounds perfect.
Wonderful.
Any other ideas?
We mail ourselves there.
Well, that's one option. Unfortunately, we determined that the concentration of Grim was too extreme for first-year students. It seems that particular region is rather popular. In fact, I have the sneaking suspicion that the 4 of you will make your way there no matter which job you choose.
Whatever makes you say that.
I'm still curious as to how you all found yourselves at the docks last semester. I'm interested to know how you really learned about a hideout in the southeast. And I certainly wonder why witnesses reported seeing robots and rose petals in a dance club some time ago.
Well...
I doubt I'll ever find the exact answers I'm looking for. So, how about this? Instead of waiting for you all to break the rules, why don't we just bend them?
He's up front, Dumbledore.
We won't let you down. Thank you, Professor.
Do not thank me
take
for
it they're the
this.
flag bearers.
Teamwork and persistence have carried you far.
Scouts.
But you must understand, the things that await you beyond the protection of the kingdom will not care.
Hey guys, you're probably gonna die.
Stay close to your huntsman at all times, and do exactly as he says. He will be leading you on this mission, and he can have you sent back to Beacon if he finds your skills to be unsatisfactory. Good luck.
That wasn't exactly uplifting, but it's the truth.
It's gonna be tough, but I know we can do it.
Hey, Team Coffee is back.
Velvet, are you okay?
I'm fine. I had Yatsuhashi to look out for me.
Your mission was supposed to end a week ago. What happened?
Nothing happened. It was just... There were just so many. Oh, but don't worry. You first years are just shadowing huntsmen, so you should be fine.
Right.
I should go. Be safe, okay?
We can do this. We've never backed down before, and we're not going to start now.
Right.
Besides, it won't only be us out there. We'll be fighting alongside a genuine huntsman. Yeah!
Why, hello, girls!
Who's
ready to fight for their lives?
Not who I was expecting. I'm totally okay with it though.
I love Oobleck. He's
so-
probably my
Oobleck is
favorite
great.
teacher.
I thought they were going to
Oobleck's
introduce a new teacher or somebody from the field, and okay.
Oobleck.
So it gives us the opportunity in the next episode to go into his character a bit. He's more than just fast.
He is, like, I don't know if he's my favorite of the teachers, but he's a great character.
I'm
Oobleck is a
assuming
great
at some
character.
point or another they're also going to be fighting with the only other teacher they've really shown in class. The guy who teaches about all of the Grimm.
Oh,
we'll get to that.
That's a yes. I've learned to read the spoilers.
No, that's a we'll get to that.
It's like when
Yeah,
grown-ups in the
we'll get
90s
to
told their
whether or
kids
not
maybe.
that happens or not. But, or rather, we'll get to see which teachers, if any, they fight with.
Heard. Okay.
We'll see.
Trying to cut things off before we get too spoilery like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, it is a difficult. I will say it is a difficult thing trying to balance how much to tell you because something is
You can
not,
just say, I won't tell you.
Yeah.
That
well,
doesn't give anything away.
Well, 'cause there's
That's
a-
why we say we'll get to that.
Yeah. Well, because it's a question of certain things are not necessarily like major spoilers. They're just loose pieces of lore detail that
So
provide
then,
context.
I'll just stop ending
other
my.
things are-
I'll stop ending my reactions in a question mark. They're going to end up with that other teacher as well, fighting Grimm. Period. Team Coffee came back. They really didn't give a whole lot of anything.
But you at least got to see,
you got to see 'em.
3 of them.
Little
bit of the
you got to see them
fourth
walk,
one.
but you really only
you don't
get
hear
to
'em.
you only get to experience the bunny chick, and she seems a lot less crybaby now than she did originally.
Yeah,
Before
Oh,
she was
she's with her team and in her element.
well, yeah,
rather
but
than being
months
picked
and months
on
and months
by.
and months ago, she was being picked on as a first year. Now she's hardened up and
Well,
just seems
nope.
seems kind of.
Well, I was going to say, she refers to Ruby and them as you first years.
Which indicates she's a higher classman of some
Velvet
sort.
and Team Coffee are second years.
So, being a second year, months and months and months and months ago, she was being bullied and a crybaby, and now months and months and months and months later, she comes back and she seems hardened, like I was saying before.
Or it's just that her bully isn't
Well, I mean,
around.
That
These
too,
are
and
friends.
They just came back from a long mission, so she's probably very much in focused combat mode still.
Hardened, yep.
That's just where her mindset is at the moment. Because like they went on like the first years they're going on a mission with a teacher.
Yep.
The second years were out there for several weeks by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of gives you an idea of the progression.
There were just so many of them, is why it took longer.
Yeah. All right. Well, we started out with the teachers kind of debating or arguing about the fact that they were here. Whoever
It's not whoever. We know exactly who they were.
Well, we know who they are. It's a question of who is the they are referring to. What is the context of they?
We, they, that they.
Yeah, I think.
Or do they think it's a different they?
We know that the people who have been causing problems are here. We know that Cinder is here. I mean, like.
Yeah, we know who
he's
specifically.
Yeah, they're saying they because naming off the consistent bad guys who have been doing bad things is just going to
and they may not know exactly who all is involved.
Yeah, they may not know names. They may think it's like say they might think it's somebody entirely different.
Shadowy.
So they know that the villains who are doing villainy things are doing villainous things because they're aware of it.
They know that there are some. They believe that there are some shadowy people doing some shadowy shit who are
I think
there.
they've confirmed it. That's why they're saying they're here.
Villains gonna vil.
Yep. And Ozpin is very reluctant, even after Ruby lets that little piece of information drop that they picked up in their recon.
Yep.
But where the base is, Ironwood wants to just charge in there, guns blazing.
As the military always does.
Right, and Ozpin's very much. We
It
don't
was
know
a little weird the way Ruby told them about that.
She was definitely slipping a piece of information
Oh yeah,
to some adults.
and
who could
Ozpin knew
potentially
exactly
do-
what she was doing, which is why he cuts Glinda off when she tries to
Question her about it.
question her
Yeah.
on contradicting
Subtext.
herself. And that follows up with the later on scene where it's very clear. Ozpin knows exactly what's going on. They know Ozpin knows exactly what's going on, and everybody's just agreeing to. Let's just all be on the same page
I know that
here.
you know that I know that you know.
So, you know what? I'm going to let you go on the mission, but now that you know I know you're doing it, that means the teacher you're going with knows you're doing
And
the
we're
same
expecting
thing.
results.
And we're expecting you to help him do the thing that you were going to do already. So, because he still tells him, if he thinks you guys aren't cutting it, he'll send you back. It's not because I'm just letting you do whatever you want. It's I trust you. You're in the loop now, so I might as well use you.
And putting them under the control of a teacher who already has some semblance of control over them as he's one of their normal teachers.
Yeah, rather than
There's
just letting
already
them-
that dynamic built in rather than a random huntsman who they might decide to ditch.
Yeah, or just letting them go rogue.
Yeah, right.
Keep going rogue and
It would equate to the same thing.
yeah, but no, so we get that. One little interesting line that Ironwood says, because we know Ironwood's job is he's another academy head, right?
Right.
And a head of a military.
Right.
From another kingdom,
Yep.
which you would think that makes them equals, right?
Nope.
They both run academies.
Yeah, but one runs the military as well, so I don't think that they're
So you
necessarily
would say
equal.
Ironwood might be higher up than us.
But probably in his country.
Yeah. Well,
As
Ironwood
far as
says
politics go.
Yeah. Of the line here, Ironwood says he says it to the group, I guess. He says, I've served you for many years. Which implies some level other hierarchy or subservience going on.
Yeah,
there.
but they didn't go any detail further than that one comment.
Yeah,
So I
well,
still have.
I'm just saying, does that?
Well, they have a history together too. So if he was the
Yeah.
leader of their team before they went off and had careers, that might be it. But they didn't say.
So it's- well, that's-
they
I'm
said
just
that they
trying
were
to-
together once in a team, so he was probably the leader.
Okay, well, I'm just pointing out a contradiction, and I'm wondering, just curious
I
what
don't.
your
It
theories
didn't,
are.
it didn't strike me as a contradiction though.
Or a curious point that lends itself to a possible explanation. And I'm curious to what your thoughts are on that.
I think that it's probably he's the leader of
Yeah.
the team that they used to have when they were a team of hunters.
Okay. That could be.
Well, then who was the leader of their team when they were all hunters together?
We're gonna move on.
We're going to move on from that subject.
Oh, okay.
Then they go back to the. She goes back to the dorm, and tells them what she did, and is kind of doubting whether or not she did the right thing. And Weiss, or not Weiss, Yang says they have a surprise from their dad,
Mhm.
and it's basically
That dog was. I saw
two-
that dog as just fan service. I was so the concept of that dog in this episode was so uninteresting and not my cup of tea.
Really?
Yeah, like
Not a fan of why.
Had they showed up with a box and a dog instead of know like a postal tube with a dog and a pile of cans in it,
Yeah.
I might have.
It
been
was a little silly.
It's an anime gimmick.
It
yeah.
was like Hamtaro level silly, and it's the. I mean, like, it was super left field for the vibe that the show has had.
All right.
Sure,
okay.
like the silliest thing so far has been John, when he does something silly and wacky, or when when Sun does something silly and wacky. But now they've literally dumped a dog out of a tube.
I mean,
and
they
a pile
did
of
do
cans.
like, well, I mean, it's John, but they did do the very cartoony thing where he catches Weiss but doesn't fall until he looks down thing.
Yeah,
they've done that.
Even then, though, that's not a dog in a tube with a pile of food.
Well,
cans.
it's still a.
Oh, my dad does stuff like or he does stuff like this all the time. Your
Ruby
dad or the
literally
dog?
turned into a chibi.
Yeah, but even then, that's
So, you
not.
know, it's-
I mean, like if all of a sudden it was, oh, I have an idea, and she turns into a chibi to crawl through a vent, then I would anticipate a dog falling out of the mailbox. But they don't do stuff like that.
Oh.
She's chibi as an expression of emotion. Out of a tube doesn't express emotion.
It does. I just see it as another silly gag that they.
Oh
no
yeah,
different
don't
than
get me
any of
wrong.
the other silly
Don't get
gags,
me wrong.
but-
It's not like it takes away from the show overall. It's just that scene wasn't really my taste.
Okay, but anyways, we get Zwei, introduced as Zwei. Weiss loves him.
As everybody does.
as
I
everybody
hate
apparently
this
does.
dog because I'm gonna take care of him so much.
Yeah.
Mostly,
And
I just
Blake, of
like him
course-
because of his character illusion. Comes from very first anime I ever actually got into.
Whose character illusion?
Zweis.
Zweis, the
Who's-
dog.
What's Zweis' character illusion?
You want? I forget which anime it is. You go ahead and.
Cowboy Bebop. You ever watch it?
Yeah.
Eins. Zwei.
Zwei, drei.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's nominally based after
Is he
Eins
going to be
from
equally
Cowboy
as
Bebop.
intelligent?
You'll get to see that in the next few.
Okay.
Zwei is the bomb.
Next few
Zwei is the
episodes while
bomb.
he's doing shit. He'll be around for a while. He's with the girls now.
Yeah, I assume.
You know how I told you there are crazy nonsensical fan theories about the shopkeep being like the secret mastermind behind everything. Zwei is the other half of that.
Okay.
The fandom loves to say that Zwei is the single most important character in the entire thing, and Zwei will save the universe, or Zwei is secretly behind everything, or take your pick of crazy, crazy out there, insane.
Do. That's why.
Yeah, Zwei is great. Zwei's also fun in RWBY TV, but especially since he's almost chibi in the show as it is, just by his shape, but his design. One other thing we do get though in that scene is we get their dad's name.
Yeah, I'm not good with names, so I heard it, but I missed it.
Taiyang.
Taiyang.
So we have a name for him now. Then they go to the assembly.
Yep. He explains the color ceremony, which explains why socially it's acceptable for them to have color names.
Well, the history of the Great War.
Well, that too.
Yeah, which we get a definitive date finally.
Is the date? I didn't. I mean, he said the date, but it seemed more like just lore filler than actually relevant to the show.
Well, I mean, it's the lore, but 80 years ago.
Yeah.
So it just gives you context of
how
who
long
was
it's
alive
been.
when this happened.
Right.
None of them were alive when this happened.
I think they said that in the beginning when the Great War, and then it ended, and this is where we are now.
We've heard about the Great War before. John mentions that his great grandfather fought in the Great War.
I thought there was like some. I'm pretty sure in the first season there's like a light intro to it. This is the land of. There used to be a war. Now
They just didn't
they
give
built
numbers at
kingdoms
that
and
time.
used dust to build kingdoms.
They did give you a primer, but they didn't give you numbers.
Well,
as to
they
how
don't give you a
long ago
primer
it
about
was.
it's.
Yeah,
like
but
I said,
they had
mentioned
said
a
that
couple of times.
generations later, which 80 years is two generations?
Figure in their
three
early death
generations?
rates because of the
2, 3, depending on how you define a generation. How many years you define as a
the people
generation.
who fought the war died. Their predecessors are old. Their kids are middle age and now having kids of their own, which would be Ruby's generation.
Well, because we said Jean's great grandfather was a fighter in the war.
Yeah.
So and that but yeah, and then it gives a in-universe reason for why everything is color coded.
naming convention.
Well, they name everything after colors.
It explains why it's a normal thing.
Yeah. Which is nice. They didn't have to give you that.
I mean, they don't do it with Pokemon.
Or like, cause like, but it's nice when they can tie a.
Yeah, I'm noticing that a lot of the times
Stuff
there's
like
a
that into it.
speech. It seems to just be like, it's not necessarily like key information for the episode. It's just lore filler.
That is
Sometimes.
one way that they use to fill in the extra lore.
Not always. There are speeches that are plot relevant or character moments or drive the plot forward and all that. But yeah, there is a lot of times they do have to be a little more on the nose than you necessarily expect with some of the lore, simply because time constraints.
Right.
So it's a matter of
they slip it in where they can.
Yeah, we
As
need to just
all animes
tell
do
you
it.
about this for right now, but.
Trust me, I've watched enough anime in my day to know and understand how they have to flow. The only thing I'm really not looking forward to is to see if they have, like, it's non-canon holiday episodes, because we couldn't think of anything for storyline.
Nope.
The
There are
closest
no
thing-
non-canon episodes. That's what Chibi is
Yeah,
for.
that's RWBY Chibi.
Heard.
Which is non-canon, but it's explicitly.
As far as the show itself, there is no anime-style filler episodes.
Yeah, no, everything you
don't
see
get
on
it.
screen is 100% canon.
Right.
In the show.
And then, so after that they started going on their missions, and I thought it was very...
Well, they went to sign up for the mission.
Well, like I said, they went for the missions, and it struck me very much as like a I don't know if you guys have seen Gun Gale. It's an offshoot of Sword Art Online.
Yep.
There's a way that
I've seen Sword Art Online, but I haven't.
There's
seen
a
Gun Gale.
way in one of those scenes where they go to the shops, and because it's not about having like a shopkeep like it is in like a magic sword shield kind of game, they just go up to very similar platforms and they just scroll, select, and it's produced in their hands, and that's kind of what it reminded me of a bit.
Very similar tech. Yeah.
Right. And then with the end of that, when their
At least
headmaster shows
appearance-wise.
up and once again has his little double conversation, underhand conversation.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
All right. So
Nothing else. The girls are learning to be excellent spies.
Hey, that's part of being a hunter, apparently.
Yes.
But I'm ready for the next episode if you are. If you've got any other questions.
And we already talked. The only other thing was we mentioned Team Coffee.
Yep.
And we mentioned Ooblik.
Yep.
Being the thing. So yeah, I think that is it. I think we're ready to go ahead and move on. So that'll be it for this episode. If you guys like what we're doing, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. The bell for notifications. You can follow us on Twitter at InfoConfused. And you can find our podcasts on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Spotify. We are Informed and Confused. I'm Alan.
And I'm Bobby.
See you later.
It's time to say